All right, cool. We are recording. Um, so today is actually August 5th. I am at a Fazoli's out in Connecticut. We're in midday Connecticut now. Whew. As you know, Monday we started in California. So we've gone coast to coast this last week, a lot of miles behind us, so haven't been able to do these. So let's just jump right into this. This is my week 2 update. I got another paycheck on my lock day 54. Yeah, it was weird. I got paid that Monday, and then I got paid again that Friday, which was nice. So we're going to go through this. It's the second paycheck. You know, everybody starts out small. I hope you saw my week 1 so you could see how that started. Pardon me. I was up at 5 a.m. yesterday morning, and then they didn't finish unloading us until 4:40 a.m. this morning. So got a little bit of sleep last night. But we are going to get into this as soon as I can get this thing to switch over. There we go. All right, so it has been adjustment. Just try to think of a never-ending road trip, and also because I do have a co-ed trainer, we are not allowed to have cameras operating inside of the vehicle. It's just for both of our privacy and respect, so I get that. It puts me aside a little bit. I can only do these when we actually have time on a reset, and I have internet access, which just depends on the service from where we're at. So yeah, so this is my lock streak day 54. We are trying to incorporate better, wonder if that's, hold on, let me see here. This poor thing has been put through a lot. I guess that's enough. Incorporating lock streak into it. That was my attempt. Okay, day 54. So, all right, my second week paycheck was $393.64. Woohoo, right? Absolutely. Big money now, right? Okay, so week 1 lock looked like this. My living on Cashflow had 99% in it, which was $235.08. My invests fund had 1% in it, which was $2.37. Now, please remember, when you're doing your lock, especially when you're first starting it, you're only going to make changes 1% at a time. This is so that you have time to adjust to it, okay? I can appreciate if you're really eager and you want to jump into this, but this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is a lifelong habit. And think of the boiling frog. You just turn up the heat a little by little so that you have time to adjust to it. And before you know it, you're going to be living off of a small percentage of your income. Okay. Okay, so which category? Well, I already have 99% in lock, and we've already got 1% into vest. So for this week, I'm going to put 1% into my worth account. Now, do you remember how? We're going to figure out that 1%, because remember, we're changing 1% at a time. So this is how we're going to do it. For step 1, we're going to find the paycheck amount, right? Which, as a reminder, for me, that was $393.64. So once again, go at your pace, okay? After enough practice, this will get easier to do on your own, but for many of us who have been out of school for decades or who just never really excelled in math or the understanding of it, make sure you go at your own pace. It will get easier. All right, step number 2 is that you're going to multiply by 0.01. So it's going to look like this, the 393.64 times 0.01, which is going to get us $3.93. So, dang, I did it again. 3.9364. I do apologize. I wasn't going to do it this time. So it's going to look like this. When you open up your calculator, you're going to put in your amount, which we have the 393.64. Okay, so that's your paycheck amount, remember? So we're going to hit the multiplication button. I know sometimes it looks like this, sometimes it looks like this. On a calculator, it should always look like this, which is why I show you the calculator as well. So we're going to multiply it. 0.01. And that's going to give us this big old long number right here. which we have set aside. Oh, right there. See how we got that? Okay, so if you've gotten this far, you're doing very good. Yeah, I know. Oh. All right. So now we are going to go to the next step, okay? Now I want you to remember you got this. You just saw me do it on a calculator. If you go faster than me, that's okay. If you go slower than me, that's okay. All right? Never let someone bully you if something is difficult for you. These numbers are over my head sometimes. The numbers like to switch around. Like even if I say it right, I'll write it down wrong or I'll enter it in wrong. And I've got to run my numbers multiple times. So if you're like me and numbers are difficult for you, don't let someone bully you. Don't let someone make fun of you, okay? It's your brain, it's your pace. So you got this, you go at your pace, okay? And if you need to rewatch my videos as many times as you need, then do it, okay? You got this. I'm here for you. So we're going to convert it into dollar amounts, okay? This long number, the 3.9364, all they're going to do is just take these first 1, 2, 3 numbers. That's all we're going to do. So you see how that turns into $3.93 just by taking the first 3 numbers. Don't worry about the other numbers, okay? Don't worry about them. We're just going to take the first 3 numbers, 3.93. That's going to equal our $3.93. Okay, now some people who know math a little bit better, they're going to say, oh, but you can round up. Here's my suggestion. Do not round up. Okay, all that means is making the number slightly bigger because that would be cheating yourself. Don't do that. Okay, the $3.93 is what we're going for. You see how this is a 6 right here? Some people say because that's a 6, we could make this a $3.94, but that's not the reality. And remember, lock values reality. Okay, it's $3.93. We're not going to round up because we're not going to cheat you. Okay, I'm here for your success, not for your greed, not for your ego, for your success. All right. Okay, now calculate your lock. That's step number 4 because we're needing to understand now how much we're going to put into our lock account. So all that means is that we're taking the paycheck, we're taking out that 1% for our invest. Now we're taking out an additional 1% for our worth, which is going to give us our lock. So what that looks like in real numbers is 393.64 minus the 393 minus an additional 393. And that's going to give us 385.78 for our lock. And see how that happened? Did you follow me? Go back if you need to. Like I said, watch this as many times as you need to. I'm here to help. Okay, so now our lock for this week looks like this. 98% is going to go into our living on cash flow, which would be $385.78. 1% is going to go into the invest, which would be an additional $3.93. And 1% is going to go into worth, which would be $3.93. You follow all that? All right, now step number 5 is going to be entering this into your Excel. So we're going to switch over to our lock budget. We created this in week 1. So if you haven't seen it, then go over to week 1. So let me switch over here. That is our week 1. Okay. Oh, that's right. You guys can't see this. Hold on, guys. Yep. That's an adjustment for me too. There we go. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do, actually, to show you here, is it shows up here week 1. And what I'm going to do is come over here to this, go File. I'm going to Save As. I don't want to save, I want to Save As, which is going to create a copy of this. We are going to find the folder that we want to save it to. Now you see how this says week 1 with the day and the date. We're going to change that down here. We are going to go to, this is our week 2. Day, what did we say this was? 12 27th, which is 54. And yes, that was July 27th of 2018. So now we've got that new save so that we got the information, we can see it better, okay? And we're at the save button. I hope that helped you out. Now I'm going to bring it back down here because see, it now says week 2. So now we can go down here and enter in our new information. So we're going to enter our living on cash flow. It's week 2, day 54. Day 54. Okay, so we're going to refer back to this one right here. It shows us right here. All right, we're going to put 38578. 38578. We are going to go back over to the Excel, and in our living on cash flow, we're going to put in the date. That was the 27th. Week 2 paycheck. We are going to deposit 385.78, which is going to give us a new balance. Excuse me, as you can see over here. Now we're going to change the last update because we just updated it to July 27th. If I'm going too fast for you, I do apologize for this. I do have about a decade experience of making these budgets now, and sometimes I do go very fast. So please pause and rewind these videos as often as you need to. And I am trying to show you the behind the scenes stuff. I'm not trying to make it a pretty little finished edit product. I want you to see the things that I see. So I'm going to hit Control and S because that's going to save it now under our new title of week 2. We're now going to go to our worth account. Click on the worth account. As you see up here, we had $0 in it from last week. If you look back over here, you're going to see that this week we're going to have $3.93 go into it. Oh, you know, I think I did that wrong. There we go. There we go, people. $3.93 into our worth account. So let's go back over to Excel. Zoom this over. Okay. So we have July 27th, and we have our week 2 paycheck, and we are going to deposit 3.93. So yay! Now we have an amount of $3.93 in the accounts. So we're going to change the date because we just updated it. And I'm going to hit Control S. That saved it again. I'm really big on saving every change that I make, just because you never know, especially for me traveling, when the internet's going to go out. You never know when your computer's going to try to so now we're going to go to that next tab, which is our Invest Funds. See how we have our invest funds? We're going to go here and double check. Our invest gets 1%, which is the $3.93. So we're going to come over here. We're going to enter in the date. It is a week 2 paycheck. And like I said, if you do this enough, it's repetition. Lock is very, very boring. If you're doing it right, it should be very boring for you. Okay, awesome. So now we got the $3.93 in there. So we're going to go up and change the date. 7-27, enter. It's changing it for us. Control S, which is saving our data for us. All right, so now we have our flow account. Well, as you can see, we didn't put anything in the flow account. There's nothing going to the flow account this week. So we don't need to add anything to it. We can keep it at the old date because there's nothing to update this week. So we're going to go over here to our overview. Now these right here are showing our currents. I don't know why there's a duplicate of our currents. There we go. It's supposed to look like that. There we go. We're going to put that in yellow so that we know how to Control S again to save that change. Okay. So now for our week number 2, day 54, we're going to put in the current amount. I do apologize. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm definitely getting ahead of myself. So did you understand how we got to that? We just entered in the information we figured out and put it into this budget. But on this one, this is living on cash flow, I have bills I have to pay. Okay. Now I have car insurance that I just had to pay, which would come out of it. So it's a withdrawal, 307.21. And I had my phone bill, which was 62. That doesn't, this is why it's important to remember your points. There we go, which was $62, okay? Now, I unfortunately do not have it with me. It's actually in the truck. I also have all of my purchases that I've had to make. I've had to feed myself. And it was cold, so I had to go ahead and buy a sweatshirt and buy some sweatpants. So those amounts are going to have to come out of here as well. I think I'm going to do that for the next week because then I can run out to the truck and grab that, and we'll just add in all those expenses next week for you guys. So with that being said, that I've done all of my bills that I can remember off the top of my head for this week, we are going to go back. Oh, I did have to make another payment. Hold on. Let me, I'm doing this in real time without all the editing because I want you guys to understand that this takes time. Now, I have an app for all of my stuff on my phone, and I just realized I have been making all my purchases from my credit card so that I do have access to it. So we can actually go through and list these purchases. So you are going to see how I do this in real time with me here. Okay, so we just had food in the amount of $11.36. Then I bought a sweater, a hoodie. Nope, those are the pants, fleece pants, because it is cold out here, and I just didn't have any. And that was $21.26. Yes, I got food poisoning at a Denny's, so I had to buy some crackers and some Gatorade to try to help out my stomach. So that was food in the amount of $3.58. A Flying J, that was more food, and that was $6.60. Let's see here. This was the hoodie. This was the hoodie for $19.99. I love places that, you know, already have the tax included in their price. There we go. I knew I had to make a credit card payment. Credit card 2 I had to make an automatic payment of, and thankfully that was only $20. I do have a transfer to my savings. Oh wait, but that was just for my account. That's still technically that. Okay. Never mind. That's getting too complicated. I do apologize. Not trying to Oh, you know what? I had it wrong. It's $304.74. There we go. $304.74. And as you go along, I want you to see how quickly I'm making changes, see how quickly I'm adapting. I'm not asking you to be perfect. I'm not asking you to keep all your records. I'm horrible at keeping receipts and keeping records, and I don't have a very good memory, which is why I write everything down that I can. So I want you to see you have access to things. Like for this, I'm using a credit card so that it shows everything that I need to do. Okay, and then the Denny's that got me all sick, that was withdrawal $12.60, and then I had the no, hold on, got me to a new page here. Panda Express, which was food. Apologize, I don't remember. We're just doing food. I shouldn't have put Denny's. I should just put food. Then I had my Panda Express, and that was $10.46. Moriarty. What did I get there? Oh, yeah. That was more food. And that was for $12.04. And then Arby's, that was more food. That was for $8. Yeah, people are like, oh my God, she eats a lot. Well, you got to remember, as a trucker, we really can't just swing into a local grocery store and get food. And especially as a trainee trucker, I don't have my own truck. I don't have my own refrigerator. So I've got to, I got to purchase food. And unfortunately at truck stops, they know that you don't have other options. And so things that would normally cost you like $4 are going to cost you like 12. It's retarded. And that's definitely something I'm going to change. Oh yeah, my Walmart purchase. I had to do my Walmart purchase, which was for $91.52. And okay, I want you to see, I highlighted that. I did a right click. We're going to go to Format Cells. We're going to do this one. All right, so I want you to see my account just went into the red. It means I don't have the money in there. And especially if you're starting out, that's how it's going to be. You have to remember, I went for 6 weeks without an income. So this is going to look not very fun. How did I make that up? I put it on a credit card. So it's not a lie. I hope I'm not confusing people at this point. I used money from my checking account and I used money on a credit card. So at the moment that we're doing this, it's showing that I do not have the cash to pay off the credit card. That's all it's showing. So I'm not paying late fees or anything. Oh yeah, that was the other Walmart one that I had to do, was to get the first one. And that was for $40.59. Okay. So that gets me caught up on the different purchases that I made. And I want you to see that I'm going to do this again. Okay, you're going to right click, go down to Format Cells. We're going to choose this one. It's a currency, 2 decimal places with a $sign, and it's going to be in the red. And now you see that it's in the red. Okay, Control S, because we made that change. So we're going to go back over to our overview. And I want you to see it's 139.59 in red. So in here I'm going to put a dash, which is a negative 139.59, because that's how much I had in that account. The worth account 3.93. The invest account is 6.30. The flow account is 0. Gives my total as a negative 129.36. All right. This is what I was talking about with your living on cash flow, to always respect your account. Now, when I look at this, it's frightening and it's frustrating. I don't have the money to be paying off these credit cards right now. I just literally do not have enough cash to pay the credit card bills. If they were to tell me you have to pay it off today, I wouldn't be able to. I didn't have the cash on hand. And that's what this negative number means. Don't stress about it. Remember, we're moving forward at 1% at a time. You're going to see how these numbers slowly change. We're about to go do week 3, so by the time you watch this week 2, you should be able to quickly see my week 3 as well, and you're going to see how we adjust this next week. For week number 2, it's a difficult week. I have a lot of bills to pay. I have to feed myself on the road. And as you can see, I mean, these aren't really extravagant food purchases. Okay, I'm not going out there and spending $50, $60 steak dinners or something, you know. I mean, I'm eating fast food. I'm eating restaurant food. Um, you know, the only quote unquote splurges I did were for the fleece pants and for the hoodie so that I could be warm. And as you can see, those really weren't all that difficult. Like, I mean, sorry, all that expensive for it. Let's see here. I know. Um, I try to keep up with people as I can because otherwise it just gets too overwhelming when I'm at the end of my 10-hour shift and I've got, you know, 50 people to try to get back to. It gets a little too much. One of these days I will be able to afford an assistant and things will get more efficient and more smooth, but I want you to see these are the beginnings. I'm showing you the raw, I'm showing you the behind the scenes. If you do this right, you're going to be fucking boring. It's just totally boring. It's little bitty changes once a week. It's a consistent, steady lifestyle so that you can have that consistency. The people who have the next great drama and then the next great triumph, and then another drama, and then another triumph, and then another triumph. You know, those are the people who wind up completely broke. So I hope this helped you this week. We're there. You can see the numbers aren't that pretty. They're not that glamorous. And, you know, if you were to look at the beginning numbers, you'd say, this person's never becoming a millionaire. How is this ever going to work? Well, stick around. You're going to see. All right, guys. Subscribe to the channel, of course. Tell other people about the channel. And I'll give you a few updates about what's happening in the next week, week 3. All right, you guys. I appreciate you for hanging around. Have a great one. Bye.